Hey, what's going on, family? Michael Cabradilla right here in San Diego, California, and we have been reading through this book right here, 100 Simple Secrets of Happy People, and we've been trying to just spread life and give life and speak life into just people in general, because why not? The world needs more of that right now. So we are on chapter number 61, and we've been reading through every single chapter. Chapters are less than 2 pages. We would love to hear your feedback, love to hear your thoughts on what we share. We'll read through it, maybe pose a question or two, or just share some insight. We would love for you to comment. So, chapter 61, be positive. Whether you are at home, in the workplace, or among friends, be the person that exudes optimism, and you will find it reflected right back at you. If you had a challenge ahead of you, whether you were trying to climb a mountain or just finish a project at work, what kind of people would you want to be surrounded with? Would you rather be surrounded by pessimistic people who reminded you why you were likely to fail? Or would you rather be around optimistic people who gave you reasons that you would succeed? Think of all the people you like to be around. Think of the people who are a joy to be around. What do they all have in common? Are any of them pessimistic? Probably not. Are they continually expecting the worst to happen? You probably don't want to be around those types of people. We gravitate to people who approach life with pleasant expectations. Living a satisfied life is one of the defining challenges of our life, and it is a challenge best met with optimism. Scientists have a very hard time predicting a person's happiness based upon the events that he or she has experienced. Instead, a far better predictor of happiness than the number of good or bad events a person has endured are the beliefs and attitudes that he or she maintains. A better predictor of happiness than the number of good or bad events a person has endured are the beliefs and attitudes that he or she maintains. That is a really, really powerful sentiment, right? So one of the things that I think about is I think about my mom, and I've mentioned it before, but I remember when my mom passed away a handful of years ago, one of our neighbors a few days later, he asked us like, what, how are you taking this so well? Because in that particular period of time, we chose to not only grieve for my mother, which yes, we grieved, right? Went through a process of grief, but we decided to celebrate her life. Instead of only thinking about the loss, we started thinking about the things that we were able to share with her, the time that we were able to share with her, the experiences, the memories. And we chose to celebrate those and keep a positive attitude throughout that process of my mom passing, right? I think of, I believe it's Zig Ziglar, who says something like, you can't do anything and everything with a positive attitude, but anything and everything that you do, you can do better with a positive attitude. And that really truly reigns through, right? I think of my life in general. There have been challenges that I've gone through throughout my life, and my challenges are different and sometimes similar to challenges that people have gone through, maybe that you have gone through. And some people say that they've gone through tougher challenges or bigger challenges. And that might be true on paper when we look at things side by side. But what really does make a difference as we're going through those challenges is your positive mental attitude, the way that you look at it, the way that you see it. And I truly believe having a positive attitude has made a major difference in the way that things have gone. I'm reminded of 2 things. One of the things earlier this morning, one of our daughters, she woke up with a fairly bad attitude because she couldn't find something that she was looking for. And I remember I was downstairs, I'm cooking breakfast for them, and I hear this loud boom, like a thump, right? And I knew that it was her, the daughter who had had the bad attitude waking up. And later on I found out that she had slipped on something, fell, and she's okay, but she was crying, she hurt her knee, but I couldn't help but think, when you have a bad attitude, things start to like spiral or things happen. And what it reminded me of was there was a time, years ago where I was driving, right? I'm in my car right now. Actually, it happened in this car. And I was driving and I had a bad attitude. Ended up going to the store, still had a bad attitude. I don't even remember what I had a bad attitude for, but I was huffing and puffing. And on my way back home, because the store was just around the corner from our house, I'm driving. I get to a stop sign. I'm still huffing and puffing. I did one of those, what they call California rolls, where you kind of slow down, but you don't like stop fully. And I didn't even look to the left. I didn't look to the right. And I kind of just kept going. And then I realized, looked in my rearview mirror, there was a police officer following me. I ended up getting pulled over. I got a ticket for not completely stopping at that stop sign. And I just remember thinking, and I think about it often, anytime I'm either huffing and puffing or I have a bad attitude, I'm like, if I continue to have this bad attitude, something may happen or might happen. And so I automatically think like, I need to change my attitude right now, because I know if I wasn't huffing and I wasn't puffing and I didn't have that bad attitude, I probably would not have gotten that ticket. But as a result of the mental attitude that I was in right that very moment, I truly believe that it caused something to happen that probably would not have happened if I would have just been positive, like it says right here in this chapter. So what are your thoughts? What do you think of? Was there a time where you maybe didn't have a positive mental attitude and something happened, whether it's a simple thing or a bigger thing? Can you relate to things spiraling out of control? Feel free to put your comments in the chat. We would love to hear from you and love to hear what your thoughts are. Take care. God bless. We will see you on the next chapter of the 100 Simple Secrets to Happy People. Chapter number 26 is next. Or 26, 62. Take care. God bless.